Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we study the chapter number 23, biotechnology. Since Mendel's work was discovered in 1900, geneticists have made startling advances which have led to a new era of DNA technology. Modern techniques enable genes to be removed from one organism and inserted into other organisms in order to produce desired substances. For example, insulin. Not very long ago, people with insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus received the insulin they needed for their survival from the dead animals. Today, they receive the human insulin, a product of biotechnology. Since the 1980s, biotechnology has produced drugs and vaccines to curb human illness. Genetically engineered bacteria have been used to clean up the environment. Pollutants increase the fertility of the soil and kill the insect pests. Biotechnology also extended beyond the multicellular organisms. It is now possible to alter the genotype and subsequently the phenotype of plants and animals. Indeed, gene therapies in humans attempting to repair a faulty genes is already undergoing the clinical trials. There are those who are opposed to manipulation of the genes for any reason, although there have been no ill effect as yet. They fear the possibility of health and ecological repercussions in the future. Cloning of a gene. Cloning of a gene produce many identical copies. Recombinant DNA technology is used when a very large quantity of the gene is required. The use of the polymerase chain reaction (PCR), which creates a lesser number of copies within a laboratory test tube. Recombinant DNA technology. Recombinant DNA contains DNA from the two different sources. In order to produce the recombinant DNA, following are the required: gene of interest, which is to be cloned. Number 2, molecular scissors to cut out the genes of the interest. Number 3, molecular carriers or vectors on which genes of interest could be placed. Number 4, the genes of the interest along with the vector is then introduced into expression system, as a result of which a specific product is made. How to get a gene? There are 3 possible ways to get the gene of interest. Number 1, isolate it from the chromosome. Number 2, to chemically synthesize it, and number 3, to make it from the messenger RNA. Genes can be isolated from the chromosome by cutting the chromosomes on the flanking site of the genes using the special enzymes known as restriction endonucleases. If, however, the genes are small, they can also synthesize in the laboratory. Another very common method of getting the gene is to synthesize it in the laboratory from the messenger RNA using the reverse transcriptase. This DNA molecule is called as complementary DNA, cDNA. Molecular scissor restriction endonucleases. They are the natural enzymes of bacteria which they use for their own replication against the virus. Restriction enzyme cuts down the viral DNA but does not harm the bacterial chromosomes. They are called restriction enzyme because they restrict the growth of viruses. In 1970, Hamilton O. Smith at the Johns Hopkins University isolated the first restriction enzyme. Bacteria produce a variety of such restriction enzymes which cut the DNA at very specific site, characterized by the specific sequence of 4 or 6 cut nucleotide arranged symmetrically in the reverse order. Such sequences are known as a palindromic sequence. So far, more than 400 such enzymes have been isolated used in the recombinant DNA technology. Escherichia coli R1 are commonly used. Restriction enzyme cut the double-stranded DNA when it has this sequence of the bases at the cleavage site. Notice there is now a gap into which the piece of the foreign DNA can be replaced. If it is and in bases complementary to those exposed by restriction enzyme, the single-stranded but complementary ends of the two DNA molecules are called sticky ends because they can bind by the complementary base pairing. They therefore facilitate the insertion of the foreign DNA into the vector DNA. Thanks for watching.